Hi, I'm Patrick, and welcome back to another episode of CS&B, where we offer you a consumer's opinion on everything watch related. I have another unboxing for you today, and quick preface, if you're not into commentary along with unboxings and very minor unboxings, I suggest you just switch to our regular series of episodes. They release on Tuesdays and Fridays. Those are the videos you should be looking at. However, I have an unboxing for you today. Another one. Every time I'm leaving my apartment, I swear, the mailman always catches me off guard. I miss so many packages this way, and I did not want to miss this one. This one's been stuck in customs for an extremely long time. I got this from a really great gentleman off of a forum. He is a collector of sorts when it comes to these particular watches. And I won't disclose what I got quite yet, because I want to leave it as a surprise. But first and foremost, I'm going to do a wristwatch check. No, I don't wear this to the gym, but I'm wearing it right now for your pleasure. This is the Rolex Daytona Destroyer, the Raymond Weil Parsifal chronograph, 7750 movement in there. One, it's not using that dried up oyster case. Two, it's sexy as shit. Bam. You know what? I'm going to ignore any comments on my wristwatch check today. And I don't even do wristwatch checks on this show. But I am loving the hell out of this watch, guys. It's approximately 10 years old. The original owner whom I bought it from told me that he never had it serviced, yet it's only lost about 5 seconds a day, which is not horrendous at all. If you guys are interested in time accuracy, you'd know that that's not bad for a 7750. It's been pretty accurate, so I'm happy with that. Again, you know what? I'm probably going to have it serviced soon, actually, because I am quite enjoying the piece. Let's see here. Gonna be a difficult one to get into, gang. The wrapping went right over the box end that opens. But anyway, gosh, man, let me know if you enjoy these unboxings. Again, I asked in our previous unboxing. Some of you answered and replied very kindly. Oh, by the way, Thomas Edgman, shout out to you. Thank you for letting me know about the Benchmade knives. No, I haven't had a chance to get one. This literally showed up 2 days after the previous unboxing. That isn't necessarily how they're going to be dated and released, but thank you for suggesting that Benchmade knife, the Benchmade Barrage. I checked out your video on your channel. It was actually really great. Super useful to see. I may get it. I may not, but like I mentioned, New York State has a lot of, New York City in particular has a lot of laws regarding knives and like the size of the knife you can get here, so it's a little tricky trying to get a nice pocket knife. But anyway, thank you for the packaging, and let's go ahead and, not you Thomas, but Ivan, who sold this to me, thank you for this great packaging and the bubble wrapped watch inside. So when we go to this is a really unique watch, and this is another watch I mentioned in our State of the Collection that I would be receiving. It's actually something from a very strange period in Zodiac's time that lasted for about 7 or 8 years. There's actually a great Worn and Wound article that was done mid last year that I'll link in the description that you guys can read about this particular series of watch. But I purchased something from the Red Point series from Zodiac. So this was early to late 90s, and I think the guy's name was Willie Gad Monier. He was a financer and I think one-time CEO of Tag Heuer before he moved over to Zodiac and sort of revitalized the brand by taking many of the designs of Tag Heuer, and you'll be very familiar with this case in a second. And oh wow, that's really gorgeous. But yeah, he revitalized the Zodiac brand by reproducing what would be the Point series of watches. I believe there was a red, which was the professional sports series. There was the blue, and then there was the silver and gold. Or it might have just been gold. I need to refresh my history on that particular watch line. But this is from the Red Dot series, and this is a Zodiac Night Diver. It's so sick. So I'm going to take a second to look at it, and then I'll show you guys in just a few. I'm very stoked to have this in my hands. What's nice about this is how thin it is. Lordy. So I read a bunch about the Heuer series, of dive watches. Clearly the inspiration here is of the Rolex Submariner, but what they wanted to produce initially when they released these was a watch that had a similar aesthetic to the Rolex Submariner, but utilized a quartz movement, so it was practical, and of course the cost of production was low, so they could sell these to the market at a lower rate. And sort of that same philosophy followed from Heuer to Zodiac, and these are actually priced lower, but these watches are actually produced at the same time, the Heuer variants and the Zodiac variants, so they priced these just a little bit lower than the Heuer versions for competitive reasons. But it was a win-win situation for the market because you get a really fantastic watch, sort of Submariner aesthetic. These 43mm versions, or these jumbo versions, I should say, sort of have these blown out sides. You'll notice what I'm talking about there. Where the lugs meet the bracelet, they actually blow out a little bit further, and they have this nice polished edge that meets the side, which is also high polished. Let's see this bezel action, if it's nice. Really great bezel action, and it aligns neatly with the markings on the dial. Just a little bit of play. But as we learned from our Zin video, the play's good. Play's good if you're a serious diver. And that chapter ring's really clean. What I'm really impressed with is just the lume. So this night diver gets its name because of the lume dial. The whole thing is loomed up, aside from obviously those black markers indicating the hours, but the 6, 9, and 12 are also loomed up, and at the 3 o'clock window, of course, you have a date window. I believe this is an ETA-based movement inside. Don't quote me. If you know, feel free to share with our audience. But you'll notice that distinctive red dot. This is obviously where the watch gets its name, and it's also indicative to what series it was in the point series. This is obviously a red dot diver because of the red dot between the 4 and the 5 hour marker. So you'll notice that theme throughout the entirety of the point series line. They'll all have a dot indicating what point they are in the point series. It was an interesting gimmick, whether you like the aesthetic or not. That's clearly personal. I actually really do enjoy it. I think it's really cool that that's there. So again, you'll also note, if you saw the dial just a second ago, and let me show you over here, that this lume on the dial, I've got a light over here trying to help me illuminate this situation. Okay, let's try this. Let's bounce it. Oh, infinitely better. So you'll notice that there's 2 T's on either or side of the Swiss made logo. That's because this watch has a tritium-based lume on the dial and hour markings as well as the hands. So you'll know, oh my god, that's my cat. So you'll know that tritium was phased out around the turn of the millennium here. Early to late 90s, a lot of groups phased it out, but some watch companies, such as Raymond Weil, they kept producing tritium-based watches, lume rather, into the 2000s. So, variations with the aging you'll see are pretty drastic. The lume on this hasn't aged that much as of yet. It actually still looks pretty phenomenal. So I was told the mineral crystal was a little scratched. It is. I'll wind up buffing that out. That's fine. However, this watch is all original, including the bracelets. I do not believe it has every link, but I think it should be big enough for me to size to my wrist. Hopefully. We'll find out momentarily. But other than that, guys, I have a Zodiac night diver. Comment in the comment section down below if you've ever heard of the point series and or were interested in purchasing one. Let me know which one you were looking at. They have a couple of different size variations. They have ones for boys to females. There's a unisex 38mm, and of course there's this 43mm wide, which would be the jumbo version. Hi, cat. To be the jumbo version, or the large, the full size version, I think is what they would have advertised it as. But again, thank you, Ivan, for sending this to me as quickly as you could. I hate that I got caught up in customs, but it gave me a chance to truly enjoy this Raymond Weil of mine, which has just been the world to me as of late. I actually really do enjoy it. I enjoy all my watches. Guys, we have some really great videos coming out on collecting and how to collect and what to look for when you're building a collection that I think will be really great for beginners to intermediate to long-term collectors. Anyone who's been collecting watches or is interested, I hope you get something from it. But that might be the video I release next this week. I actually need to edit those videos still. Anyway, stay tuned for Friday's episode. Thank you for watching this episode. Please hit that like button if you liked it. Hit that dislike button if you dislike Raymond Weil or any other watch brand or even the show. You know what? You come here to watch it. If you stuck around this long, I appreciate it because those watch minutes help us the most. So you can dislike it as much as you want. Subscribe. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel before because if, again, you enjoy this content, we produce videos like this twice a week with the impromptu unboxing, with the New York Minute segments, with the comparisons and reviews. There's so much for you to bite into. If you haven't seen our back catalog, I highly recommend you check that out first. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you guys later. So guys, this is the light I use when I'm doing New York Minute segments as a fill. I would never use this as a key light. It's an Aperture Amron. You guys can check it out. But what's really nice about this little light is you can kick it up anywhere. Secondly, it works great at lighting up lume. Now, we don't usually do lume shots on the show, but because I'm using a night diver, hell yes, we're doing a lume shot. So give me 1 second to charge this bad boy up. Let's see how much that lume still illuminates, why don't we? Okay. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. You know, it's obviously not pitch black here. But yeah, you get a little taste of what it looks like. Sick!